Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV. Today we're going to have some fun. You've already seen the title. Yes, today we're going to talk about how leaders are like breakfast cereal. Are you ready? Let's get started. Marissa is on the other side of this camera. Marissa is a valued member of my team, has been for a long time. She also happens to be my daughter-in-law, but that's really unrelated to this story. Here's the real story. The story is at some point she says, in this chair, I made some comment about leaders in breakfast cereal and challenged me to do an episode of Remarkable TV on breakfast cereal. And I sort of didn't think much about it, and then she challenged me again. So here we go. What leaders can learn from breakfast cereal. I got 5 cereals, and we're going to take them one at a time. Here's the first one. Well, one of the words we could use for leader would be captain, right? Walt Whitman famously started a poem with, "Oh, Captain, my Captain." So the first cereal is Captain Crunch, of course. Now, you're saying, Kevin, really? Seriously? Well, as a captain, what do we know about Captain Crunch? If you're old enough to have seen commercials growing up, you know that the biggest thing to know about Captain Crunch is that he's fun. People follow him, which is what leaders need to be, right? People that people follow. And the thing I want us to take from Captain Crunch is that it's okay for us to have some fun. It's okay to be fun. In fact, when we're fun, people are more likely to follow us. Here's the second cereal. This is one of my favorites. My family hates it, but I happen to like it. It is the original shredded wheat. Now, why did I bust out the original shredded wheat? Well, here's the thing about shredded wheat. It's pure. It's natural. It's authentic. You know what you're getting. You're getting 100% Big Biscuit shredded wheat, all wheat. Now, you're not going to eat this if you have a gluten problem, but here's the thing I like about this. It's authentic, and leaders need to be authentic. What you see is what you get. We want to follow people that are authentic, right? Now, the other thing is, recently, I wrote a blog post about how leaders are sometimes boring. And compared to some of the other cereals on this list, we might say, well, this cereal is a little boring as well. But the big idea here is authenticity. As a leader, we need to be authentic. Next one, how can you talk about breakfast cereals and not talk about the breakfast of champions? Wheaties. It is the breakfast of champions. As leaders, we need to be thinking like a champion. As leaders, we need to be helping create a team of champions. So Wheaties has to be on this list. It's the breakfast of champions. Next on the list is Trix. First of all, I'm not going to eat this. This is going home with Marissa. The next thing is, when you watch these commercials, it says, "Silly rabbit, Trix are for kids." Here's the thing. Tricks are not for leaders. Remember the shredded wheat, not the tricks. Our role as a leader is not to try to play tricks on people, not to manipulate people. Silly rabbit. Tricks are maybe for kids. Tricks are not for leaders. And last, and maybe most serious of all, one of my favorite cereals, Life cereal. See, 2 things I want to talk about Life cereal as it relates to us as leaders. Number 1 is we have a chance to improve our skills as a leader in all areas of our life. Everything in our life gives us an opportunity to learn about, observe leadership, and practice our leadership skills. So we really want to think about leadership as a lifelong endeavor, as a lifelong skill. And lastly, I would say, and I wrote about this in my book, Remarkable Leadership, a line something like this, that to be a better leader is to be a better human being, and vice versa. I don't think we can separate our life from our ability to lead successfully. So there are 5 cereals for you: Captain Crunch, shredded wheat, Wheaties, Trix, and Life. And so Marissa, challenge accepted. Hey everybody, let me close today's hopefully fun and entertaining episode with a tweet. Which breakfast cereal is most like you as a leader? Every week here we put out a new episode of Remarkable TV. Every week, we also put out an episode of my podcast, the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. If you find this interesting, if you're interested in becoming a more effective leader and you like to listen to podcasts, then you want to be listening to mine. Every week I've got a great guest that joins me for a great conversation about leadership, organizational culture, change, teamwork, and more. And I hope that you'll join us. The links are in the video and on this page. Hope you'll take advantage of those. I look forward to hearing from you when you sign up for the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.